The Colorado Avalanche are tantalizingly close to contention, but their roster still has gaps that could derail a Stanley Cup chase. Let's dive into the key areas where this team needs upgrades, why it matters, and what it means for their season, and why this might just be the most debated part of their strategy. Buckle up, because it's not all smooth sailing. The thin ice of the bottom six forwards. Here's the elephant in the room. Colorado's bottom six forwards are paper thin right now, with Logan O'Connor starting the season on injured reserve after hip surgery. The Avalanche are relying on Ross Colton, Jack Drury, and Parker Kelly to anchor the fourth line. But what happens if injuries strike, or if expectations for players like Zakhar Bardakov or Ivan, who both flashed potential but also struggled in their limited NHL-AHL time, don't pan out? This isn't just about depth, it's about resilience. If the season starts and the fourth line can't generate offense or block shots, the entire team's energy shifts. General Manager Chris McFarland has a track record of making late summer additions, like Evan Rodriguez and Tomas Tatar in past years, and he might do it again. Names like Joel Kiviranta, still on the market, could be perfect fits. But here's where it gets controversial. Is it smarter to gamble on unproven young talent or spend big on a veteran? Your call. But the Avalanche's fans might not like the answer. The center conundrum. Remember Charlie Coyle? The Avalanche traded him in June to free up cap space, but now that move feels like a gamble. Drury can fill in as the third-line center, but he's not a long-term solution. Parker Kelly, who played center last season, clearly belongs on the wing. So who's next? Bardakov? Ivan? Both are question marks. This is the part most people miss. A weak center corps can unravel a team's structure. If the Avalanche's third line can't control play, their top lines suffer. McFarland might need to revisit the trade market or sign a depth center quickly. But will he? Or will he double down on unproven options? Sound off in the comments. Is trading Coyle a masterstroke or a costly mistake? Defenseman dilemma. Brent Burns is a game changer, but can he immediately slot into the top four? What if Josh Manson's injury woes resurface? The Avalanche might need another defenseman to protect their core, but here's the catch. Top four D-men don't come cheap. With the salary cap tight, will McFarland bite the bullet and spend? Or will he stick with Keaton Middleton and hope for the best? Either way, the playoffs could hinge on this decision. What's brewing in the NHL? Let's talk contracts. Connor McDavid's upcoming extension in Edmonton could hit $16 million per year. It's a big number, and the Avalanche might need to rework their cap structure to keep their stars. Meanwhile, Martin Necas' contract is a looming headache, but Jack Drury's RFA status is also a priority. If he earns the third-line center role this season, his leverage in negotiations skyrockets. Draft disappointments and undersized hope. The 2021 draft was a mess for the Avalanche. Oskar Olausson, their first-round pick, flopped in the CHL and never developed into an NHLer. Was it a drafting failure or a development one? Probably both. And don't get us started on the undersized forwards from the Eagles. Gavin Brindley, 5'9", and Daniel Gushchin, 5'8", are skilled but raise questions about physicality. In today's NHL, can you win with guys that small? A West that's getting tougher. Utah and Anaheim are rising threats. Quenzel's return to the bench in Anaheim could be a game changer, but will he adapt to the modern game? And let's be honest, the NHL's expansion obsession is grating. Why rush to bring teams back to Atlanta when 34 teams are already enough? So are the Avalanche setting themselves up for a deep playoff run, or are they playing with fire? The answer lies in McFarland's summer moves. But here's the real question. Do you think the Avalanche's gamble on youth and depth will pay off, or are they setting up for heartbreak? Let us know in the comments. We want your take.